Hi, and welcome to Story Time with Pastor Jacob. I am Pastor Jacob, and I am joined tonight by, who are you? Noelle Beach. So she's going to join us as we read our story today. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi, great. Today's story is going to come from the Jesus Storybook Bible again, and we are borrowing Noelle's Jesus Storybook Bible, right? This is your Bible? This is your book? We like to call it our comic book sometimes because we like to read it and look at all the cool pictures and read the stories. Today's story is going to come from page 38, and it is titled A New Beginning, and it's the story of Noah's Ark from Genesis 6 through 9. So if you guys want to join me, and we will read it together. All right, here, why don't you sit right here on my left leg? That's great. Okay. All right. Time passed, and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God and were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart was filled with pain when he saw what had happened to the world he loved. Everywhere was disease and death and destruction, all the things God hates most. Now, Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was. Noah listened to God. He talked to God. He just loved being with God, like you do with your best friend. Who's your best friend?
You.
Oh, that's great. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They are destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop them. First, we'll build an ark. Do you know how to build an ark? Neither did Noah. Luckily, God knew, and he would show him. What's going on here? What's going on here? What's he reading? The plans?
For the boat.
Plans for the boat. That's right. All right, next page. The storm is coming, God told Noah, but I will rescue you, I promise. I'll send the animals to you, ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bound and climb. And don't forget to pack everyone's food. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe, but Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him. So Noah built an ark, which is a word for a very large boat. Noah's neighbors came out to watch and point and laugh because they didn't believe Noah about the boat or the storm or needing to be rescued. And Noah must have looked rather silly. His boat was in the desert, and the desert was nowhere near the sea, and there wasn't even a cloud in the sky. Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a boat? What's he building?
Boat.
Yep. He's on his ladder, working on the outline for the boat. All right, and what are these people doing? What are they doing right there? Laughing?
Yep.
Laughing at Noah. All right. Oh, here's a cool picture with all the animals. Next page. But Noah didn't mind so much what other people thought. He minded what God thought. So he just did what God told him to do. When the ark was ready, God said, all aboard, and Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside. Then God shut the door. Look at all those animals.
They go in here.
Yeah, they're going in the boat. Going in the boat. What kind of animals are on there?
I don't know.
What kind of animals do you see on there?
Elephant.
Elephants? What do you guys see? Giraffe? A ram? An owl? A toucan? A spider? Yikes. Okay.
I don't like spoils.
You don't like spiders, me either. All right, next page. And it started raining.
Purple.
Yep, it's a purple boat because it's dark out, I think. And it started raining for minutes that joined up into hours, that joined up into days, that joined up into weeks and weeks. The rain joined up into puddles, that joined up into rivers, that joined up into lakes, that joined up into a flood that covered the whole world. Their boat had once seemed so big, suddenly seemed very small. But in the middle of the huge storm and the crashing waves and all the thunder and lightning, through it all, God was with them. God kept them safe for 40 long days and 40 long nights. And finally, the rain stopped. The sun came out, and Noah threw open the windows. Hooray, everyone shouted. Noah sent his dove out to explore, and it wasn't long before she brought back to him a fresh olive leaf. Everyone knew exactly what that meant. She had found a tree and land, and the water was going down. Picture. The boat looks purple, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
my favorite color.
that is your favorite color. And there's, look, fish in there and big waves.
The waves are trying to
All right, last page. At last, the boat landed quite suddenly on top of a great mountain. As soon as it was safe, God said, "Out you come," and so they did, everyone skipping and dancing onto dry land. The first thing Noah did was thank God for rescuing them, just as he had promised. That's right, that's what we're getting to. And the first thing God did was make another promise. He said, "I won't ever destroy the world again." And like a warrior who puts away his bow and arrow at the end of a great battle, God said, "See, I have hung up my bow in the clouds." And there in the clouds, just where the storm meets the sun, was a beautiful bow made out of light. And it was the beginning in God. It was a new beginning in God's world. Yeah, it wasn't long before everything went wrong again, but God wasn't surprised. He knew this would happen, and that's why, before the beginning of time, he had another plan, a better plan. A plan not to destroy the world, but to rescue it. A plan to one day send his own son, the rescuer. God's strong anger against hate and sadness and death would come down once more. But not on his people or on his world. No, God's war bow was not pointing down at his people. It was pointing up into the heart of heaven. What's that right there?
Rainbow.
Rainbow, big beautiful rainbow. And that's what we do when we see rainbows. We are reminded that God promises that he'll take care of us, and he promises that he'll be with us. And I think this story is really great because it said for 40 days and 40 nights it flooded, it rained, it stormed, it was scary, right? And that's kind of like
Another story.
another story. Well, we're going to do another story later, but not right now. But during those 40 days, everyone was scared and nervous, but God promised that he would be with his people. And that's really good for us right now because
It's on here.
yeah, because sometimes it can be scary to think about how people are stuck in their houses and everyone's having a hard time, but we know that God is with us, right? Right. All right, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week on Storytime with Pastor Jacob. Bye. You want to wave bye?